Hey guys, so if you go ahead and like, subscribe real quick before we get this video going, and then we'll just dive right into it. All right, let's do this. What's going on, guys? So back to the tiny shed, working on this motor here. So what we got here is I've been trying to get this this crank bolt off of here. I have used impacts. I've used actually a couple impacts. I used a Cobalt one that's supposed to be over 1,000 foot-pounds. Couldn't break it loose. I used an air impact from Harbor Freight, their top of the line one. It could not knock it loose. So because I need to just go ahead and pull these pistons out and clean these cylinder walls up, because just peace of mind, you know. They might be all right, but I've seen some marks on there that could probably be fixed with a honing brush or whatever that thing is called. So what I plan on doing is going ahead and I'm just going to pull out each one of these, raise it or lower it to the bottom dead, unbolt it, put some covers over the bolts, and well, I don't think it has bolts. I think it just screws. I don't think I have to worry about that. So but you got to make sure you mark each one of these things. So what I'm going to do is I have these punches. All right, guys, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove, that is 11 millimeter. Whew. Nice. So I don't know if y'all were looking at it whenever I was looking at these things, that they put these things together so well that you can't even see the brake line where the two halves break. So I thought that was just pretty dang interesting. What's going on, guys? So hey, check it out. So this is the crank right here. As you can see, it's in very good condition actually. No scarring. This is all just superficial scarring. Wipe that off there. And I mean, here, hang on. Let me wipe this thing up here for you real quick. So you can see what's going on. Get my nasty fingerprint off of it. So as you can see, there is some scoring. You can see, as you can see there, but it's nothing. There's no grooves or anything like that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna replace these bearings, obviously, and yeah, I'm gonna leave the crank as it is because I can't get it out, which I need to get this bolt off eventually at some point. I'm just not sure how, because I'd like to go in there and replace the timing cover gasket and the timing chain. So I mean, that's something I want to do. I didn't have any slack in the chain that I'm aware of, but still, I have it out. I want to do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set you up on a time lapse, and I'm going to remove the rest of these pistons. All right, so in order to keep track of which piston went in which cylinder, I have these right here. These are punches, and I'm going to punch the number on each one of the rods. That way I know which one came from where. I already know the alignment as to which way the pistons go. See this little dot right here on the front? That goes towards the front of the motor. So this would go in like this, and I'm going to go and I'm going to mark each one of them roughly about right here, so I know exactly which one it is, where it went, and it can go right back to the exact same cylinder wall. Alright, so that worked way better than using that crappy little tool. Let me show you. Alright, so as you can see, I have a 7 right there, and I'm going to do that to the rest of them before I remove it. I should have done that to the 8 one, but it's going to be the only one that doesn't have a marking on it. So let me just go back to the time lapse, and yeah, before we go back to the time lapse, so I wanted to show you. See, I got the 1, I got the 2, got the 3 and the 4. So on the 6, because it, well, I don't know why I did that, there's no 9, but anyways, I did the 6. There's the 5. Yep, 5. And the 7. So everything's looking good. Now I just got to remove these rods, and that's where we cut the time lapse. Okay, so back out of that little time lapse, and as you can see, we have, let's take a look at this one. That's just some, you gotta worry about that. Yeah, as you can see, it's not terrible, not terrible, not terrible, and not terrible. And let me say, these crank bearings, they feel smooth. Oh boy, do they feel smooth. No grit, nothing like that. They just, it's so free to turn. So I'm probably not, I may or may not touch those, seeing as I can't remove the crankshaft at this present time. But once if I can figure out a way to remove this crankshaft, or well, if I can figure out a way to get this crankshaft bolts off, if any of you have any ideas prior to me actually completing this motor, feel free to drop it down in the comments there. I'll take anything at this point, because it is just not coming loose. I have not tried heat, but yeah. So I got all the pistons up in here. All these bad boys gonna chill in this box for a little bit. Gonna just close that up. May or may not reuse these. I plan on replacing the camshaft. I'm gonna go ahead and put in a good mild cam, something to help kind of just give it a little bit more than what stock is. So I can figure it's out. Might as well go ahead and do what I can while it's out. But let's flip this thing over real quick. She's a heavy girl. Alright, so I want to go ahead and clean up these cylinder walls now that I have all this space. So as you can see, there's a little stuff right here. You can't feel it, but I think I'm gonna take just like the lightest, the lightest grit honing the dingleberries, and I'm just gonna go ahead and just use the lightest one. Try to find a way to, you know, not hit the crankshaft in any way, shape, or form. What do y'all think? Y'all think I should mess with that? Because I mean, look at right there. I mean, you can't, like I said, you can't feel it though, so that's why I'm thinking that it's not actually that big of a deal. It's just kind of standing. I can't feel it one bit. So I don't know. I'll leave y'all, let y'all decide if I should go ahead. I know there's a lot of people out there saying, hey, do it right the first time, do it right once, and that's the right way. And I agree with that 100%. Sometimes budget is a bit of a bitch, so we're gonna see what we got here. But you know, if I want it to last forever, I need to not worry about too much about budget. The only one I am worried about though is this one right here. I can actually somewhat feel that one, not much, but I can a little bit. Yeah, she's dirty. She's a dirty girl. And when I saw the heads and the cylinder, the piston heads, how dirty they were, I just knew I had to just go ahead and do a little bit more than just a simple little rebuild on this thing. This is just, it's going to take a little bit more than that. Like, you know, like right here, I can feel that. Like, it's not smooth as, like, say over here. It's not as smooth right here, and so like that could be a problem. It's a little bit of rusting going on. See, I'm not even looking up at the tops of the cylinder walls, but they look all good. Yeah, they're all smooth. I guess because the way the angle is, the water, if there was some water it got in there, I think it sat right up against this side. It doesn't really sit up against that side, so it makes sense that this side would have more of the damage than the upper side. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and hone it. That'll be another episode, because I gotta find one, see if there's one in the local, or if I'm gonna have to order it online. You see, like this one, you can see the little lines going down that I can see it better on the camera than I can with my eye. So I don't know. I guess I've never you know, said I was an expert, so I'll let the experts, you know, if there's some experts watching, then, or if you stayed at a Holiday Inn Express last night, you know, go ahead and let me know. That's an old joke. Some of y'all may not even understand that joke. But, alright guys, so that's really going to be it for this episode. I just wanted to show me tearing this down. If you haven't already, go ahead, like, subscribe.